The front door hung ajar, a sliver of moonlight slicing through the gap, casting a pale scar across the hardwood floor. I stood frozen in the foyer, my keys dangling from one hand, the weight of the grocery bags forgotten in the other. The house was too quiet. No hum of the TV, no clatter of dishes, no soft laughter from Lily upstairs. Only the faint creak of the door swaying in the night breeze, like a breath held too long. My stomach twisted. Not with hunger but with something sharper, something that tasted like dread. I called her name, my voice thin and brittle, shattering the silence. No answer. Just the echo of my own panic, ricocheting off the walls of our empty home. I dropped the bags, apples rolling across the floor like scattered thoughts. The living room was a museum of our life together. The sagging couch where we'd binge-watched old movies, the coffee table stained with wine rings from late-night confessions. But something was wrong. Her favorite scarf, the red one she wore like a talisman, was gone from its usual perch on the armchair. Her shoes, always kicked off by the door, were missing. My pulse hammered in my throat as I climbed the stairs, each step heavier than the last, the air growing thick with the scent of her jasmine perfume, now faint like a memory slipping away. In our bedroom the bed was unmade, sheets tangled as if she'd just woken up. But her side of the closet gaped open, hangers bare, her dresses vanished. My chest tightened, a fist squeezing my lungs. I told myself she might be at her sister's, or maybe she'd gone for a walk to clear her head after our fight last night. We'd argued about money again, her voice sharp, mine pleading, both of us too stubborn to bend. But this wasn't about a fight. This was absence, deliberate and cold. I sank onto the bed, my fingers brushing something hard beneath her pillow. Phone, not hers, not mine. A cheap burner, the kind you buy at a gas station. My hands shook as I powered it on, the screen flaring to life with a single text thread. No name, just a number. Messages from last week, last month, stretching back further than I could stomach. Meet me at the diner, 10 p.m. Miss you already. He doesn't suspect a thing. Each word was a blade, slicing through the fragile trust I'd clung to. I read them again, hoping I'd misunderstood, hoping it was a prank, a mistake. But the truth was a weight I couldn't lift, crushing the air from my lungs. I don't know how long I sat there, staring at the screen, the words blurring as my eyes burned. Denial clawed at me. She wouldn't do this, not Lily, not after 10 years, not after the promises we'd made under the stars at our wedding. But doubt crept in, whispering memories I'd ignored. Her late nights at the office, the way she'd started locking her phone, the perfume she wore more often, as if masking someone else's scent. I wanted to scream, to throw the phone against the wall, but my body felt hollow like the house itself. Abandoned, stripped of warmth. Downstairs the fridge hummed, oblivious to the unraveling of my world. I forced myself to move, to search for more clues, though every step felt like betrayal of my own heart. In the kitchen I found a note tucked under a magnet, her handwriting neat but hurried. I need to start over. Alone. I'm sorry. No explanation, no goodbye, just those words sharp as a slap. I crumpled the paper, my knuckles white, anger flaring hot and fast. How could she? How could she reduce us to this? A note, a ghosted house, a stranger's phone. I called her, my hands trembling so badly I could barely hold the phone. Straight to voicemail. Her voice, bright and warm, mocked me. Hey, it's Lily, leave a message. I hung up, my throat raw, and dialed again. And again. Each time her recorded laugh cut deeper, until I was pacing, muttering to myself, trying to piece together when it all went wrong. Was it the miscarriage 2 years ago when we stopped talking about the future? Was it my late nights at the bar, drowning my own failures? Or was it her, always looking past me, chasing something I couldn't give? The burner phone buzzed in my pocket, a new message lighting up the screen. You're late. Where are you? My stomach lurched. Whoever this was, they didn't know she was gone. I typed back, my fingers clumsy with rage. Who is this? No reply. I waited, the silence louder than ever, the house pressing in around me like a tomb. I imagined her with him. Whoever he was, laughing, touching, sharing secrets she'd never shared with me. The image burned, fueling a reckless need to know. I drove to the diner mentioned in the texts, the one on Route 17 with the flickering neon sign. The parking lot was half empty, the air thick with grease and regret. Inside, the booths were worn, the kind of place where secrets festered. I scanned the faces, truckers, a lone waitress, a man in a corner booth, his eyes darting to his watch. Him. I knew it the moment I saw him, the way his shoulders tensed, the way he gripped his coffee mug like a lifeline. He was ordinary, mid-30s, cheap jacket, a face you'd forget if you weren't looking for it. But I was looking. I slid into the booth across from him, my voice low, controlled, though my heart was a drumbeat in my chest. "You waiting for Lily?" His eyes widened, a flicker of fear before he masked it with a shrug. "Don't know any Lily," he said, but his voice cracked, betraying him. I leaned closer, the burner phone heavy in my pocket. "Don't lie to me." The words came out sharper than I meant, drawing the waitress's glance. He shifted, his jaw tight, and I saw it, the guilt, the panic, the truth he couldn't hide. "Whatever she told you, it's over," he muttered, looking away. "She ended it last week." His words hit like a punch, not because they were true but because they weren't. She hadn't ended anything. She just left me to pick up the pieces. I wanted to hate him, to drag him outside and make him feel the pain I was drowning in. But his eyes held something familiar. Loss, raw and unhealed. He wasn't the villain, not entirely. He was just another fool caught in her wake. I left the diner, the cold night air biting my skin. Back home, I walked through the house one last time. Each room a reminder of what we'd built and what she'd torn apart. I didn't take anything, no photos, no keepsakes. I left the door ajar, just as she had, and walked away. Let her come back to this emptiness, I thought. Let her feel the weight of what she'd done. But as I drove into the dawn, the road stretching endlessly before me, I realized the truth. I wasn't punishing her. I was setting myself free.